Hey friends, it's Megan, and today I have some whimsical baby names for you. So these are names that are kind of playful, have a bit of whimsy, if you will, to them. They're very fun and quirky. They also kind of sound like names that could be good for like a little woodland pixie or fairy to me. Very storybook character worthy. So I've got 10 names for girls and 10 for boys, and I just broke them down into alphabetical order. I'll start with the girls. Of course, we'll pick our favorites at the end. So first name on my list is Bijou. Bijou is a French name that means jewel. I absolutely love that meaning. And I think that ending, the jus sound, just kind of makes for a little whimsy to it. And you might recognize this name because it's the name of an actress, Bijou Phillips. Then I have Caprice. Caprice is also the name of an actress and a model, and it comes from an Italian word meaning impulse. I think Caprice is a really unique name. Like you don't hear, or I don't hear it very much, at least where I live. It's got a unique sound, but it sounds like maybe she would be the more mature or the leader fairy of the group if these were fairy names. Okay, then I have Juno. Juno might remind you of the popular film that came out a couple years ago where the title character Ellen Page played Juno. It is also a Latin name for the Roman goddess Juno, meaning queen of the heavens, and lots of goddess and god names definitely I think would fit this category quite well. Then I have Kimber. Kimber comes from the name Kimberly, which is a place name, and it just has a lot of like spunky peppiness to it. It's got a cute little sound, Kimber. Okay, then I have Lavender. Lavender has been one of my name crushes lately. I love this name, especially for a middle name choice. I really love the smell of lavender. Lavender is an English name for the lavender plant and the color lavender. And like I said, I just love it in like bath and beauty products. And you might recognize this name from the movie Matilda or from the Harry Potter series. Then I have Lumina. I really love the name Luna, and Lumina is kind of in that same vein to me. Lumina is a Latin name meaning bright and light, kind of think luminous. And because of that, it has a very magical, bright feel to me. Then I have Seren. Seren is a beautiful Welsh name meaning star. I think Seren is a wonderful way to honor a Sarah in your life, and it has a calming feel, and I think it's because Seren is actually in the word serenity. I think that connection makes it feel very serene to me. See, these are all kind of play on words. Then I have Signy. Signy has Scandinavian roots and it means new victory. It's just got this cute, playful, whimsical sound to me. Very cute, zippy little endings, Signy. Then next is Thisbe, another name with a cute little ending to it. In Greek mythology, this is a name from Greek mythology, and it possibly means lover. I straight up think woodland fairy when I hear the name Thisbe. I think names like this make a really interesting middle name choice, especially paired with a very classic first name. And then the last one for girls I have on this list is Waverly. Waverly is so melodious. It has a bit of whimsy to it. I know a couple of the name sisters really like this name. It's an English name that means meadow of quaking aspens. It also reminds me too of the character in the Joy Luck Club. So now let's pick our favorites of those girls' names I just mentioned. Quick refresher, I talked about Bijou, Caprice, Juno, Kimber, Lavender, Lumina, Seren, Signy, Thisbe, and Waverly. I kind of gave it away earlier, but my favorite is definitely Lavender. I have just been crushing on that name lately. But do let me know in the comments below what your favorites are. Okay, on to the boys. First up, I have Bodhi. I think Bodhi just looks cute, like the look of the name. It's a Sanskrit name meaning awakening, and a couple of celebrities recently used this name for their sons born this year. Like I said, it just has a fun look and kind of a cute little sound. Then I have Crosby. Crosby is an Irish name. It started as a surname name predominantly. It means town with crosses. There's the Bing Crosby Association. This name is interesting to me because it has a very grounded sound, but then also like a fun aspect to it. I could see it on a human. I could see it on a teddy bear. Next is Everdeen. So this is a name from the Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen, a surname used. It's also a real name. It wasn't invented for the story. It's an Anglo-Saxon surname. I think Everdeen has a cool sound to it, and it's a smush of two names I like. I like Ever, I like Dean, and so I think those nicknames too make it really usable, maybe to a super fan of the Hunger Games. Next is Indigo. Indigo is a Greek name for the Indian dye. That's what it means, Indian dye, D-Y-E, like dye pigment. And it's a color name for this beautiful kind of purplish blue color. Indigo is one that's just kind of fun to say. It dances off the tongue. It is a unisex name. I put it on the boys list just because I like it a hair more for the boys. Then I have Montgomery. Montgomery is a Norman surname meaning manpower. This one is interesting because I can see it in a very classic, old, kind of romantic novel. And then Monty, maybe it's the nickname Monty that I attached to the bit of whimsy. I think that could be really aristocratic or really playful and could be like a little lost boy running around with Peter Pan. So I can really see this name on a wide array, and I thought it was an interesting one to stick on this list. Next I have Knox. With this spelling, Knox is a Latin name meaning knight. Knox with a K in front of it I know is a surname name that a lot of people, including Amelia, really like. I think it's an interesting name either way. It makes a really interesting middle name too. Knox with this spelling is, as it was used in the Harry Potter series, it was the name of a spell, and so I think that might be why I'm connecting it with a little bit of kind of whimsy or charm. Then I have Sparrow. So Sparrow is a unisex name again, and it is a nature name for the cute little bird, the sparrow. Lots of names that end in O kind of lend themselves to this whimsical sound to me, as do a lot of nature names, and so Sparrow's kind of the best of both of those. It ends in that O sound, and it is a nature name. Then I have Teague. Teague is a Gaelic name meaning poet, and I think it's the first time I've ever talked about it on my channel. I think it just has such an interesting sound. It gives a lot of punch for just a one-syllable name. Yeah, I can see people liking Teague. What do you think of it? Let me know what you think of any of these names, of course, in the comments below. Then I have Tolliver. Tolliver has a close resemblance to my beloved Oliver. Oliver is one of my favorite boys' names at the moment. It's an English occupational name meaning metal worker. And how cute would the nickname Tolly be? That kind of sounds like a teddy bear to me too. Tolly. I don't know. I think it's cute. And then the last name that I have on my list here today is Willoughby. And I'm just kind of noticing as I'm getting down that a lot of the names I have on my list that end in that B sound, like Thisbe, Crosby, and Willoughby, all kind of fit that whimsical little bit. Willoughby, of course, sounds very literary and very charming and old, you know, riding through the English countryside, but then I could see it on a cute little woodland person too, so that's kind of fun. And now to pick our favorites of the boys' names I just talked about, although I know a lot of them are unisex names. So I mentioned Bodhi, Crosby, Everdeen, Indigo, Montgomery, Knox, Sparrow, Teague, Tolliver, and Willoughby. Oh my goodness, I have to pick a favorite here too. I really like Tolliver. I think that would be really fun if I was naming a character, and Montgomery is really fun as well. So those are my two favorites. I do list all these names down in the comment or the description box below so that you can comment what your favorites are. I'd love to hear your favorites, what you think of any of these names, if some of them just sparked an interest to you. And I actually am working on a list of even more whimsical names, so I will do a part 2 to this video because I think I've got another 10 or so, but about 20 names is plenty for a video. So if you have other names that you think fit this category that you'd like to hear me talk about in a follow-up, I'd love to hear those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like, subscribe, and come back soon.